Good evening, class. Hello, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on short notice for tonight's stream. Class on Saturday night? Yes, indeed. It is always a good time to learn. I saw Oregon Trail and I thought, you know, that's some fun edutainment right there. Let's play. How are you? How are you, everyone? How are you, Noma? Oregon Trail 2, Oregon Trail Plain. That's a good point. It is the 1995 version. It is the Windows 95 version. Not all the way back to the original, you know, black and green text-based, but the 1995 one that suits our aesthetic here. Hello, Aurora. That also suits the game and our aesthetic here. Yes, yes. We've played Elden Ring this week. We've played Night in the Woods, so I thought we need a little bit of something else. Hello, Noel Girl. You can hear it in the background, I believe. Let's go to the game screen. This one right here. The Oregon Trail. Whoopsies. Noma, you always died because you never rested? Well, that sounds like real life, huh? It's a little loud, huh? Let's turn that down a bit. Let me know how the volume is for you. Do 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 do. Yeah, so this is the version we'll be doing. At least for tonight. Like I said, we've done our other games for the week. This is sort of a surprise extra weekend stream. Travel the trail. Hello, Rika. No fires in class? I'm gonna need to put that out. That's dangerous. And we don't have our class 8 here. We don't have our teacher's pet, our moderator bags to deal with any fires. But that's okay. We run a loose ship around here. Welcome, welcome, Rika. Nolgo, you found it interesting how in older versions they use what profession you were as the difficulty level. Yes. If you had some kind of skillful career like a butcher or something, I think it was better. But yes, welcome to the Oregon Trail. You're about to begin a great adventure traveling the Oregon Trail across the rugged landscape of North America. Your covered wagon, pulled by a team of oxen, will travel from Independence, Missouri to the fertile Willamette Valley in the Oregon Territory. A journey of approximately 2,000 miles. Before you set off on the trail, you must register your name, the names of the members of your wagon party, and your occupation. After that, you'll need to buy supplies and make other important decisions. Good luck. Well, thank you for that introduction game. So, what should our names be? We have myself, the trail leader, Mr. Aegis. Oh look, they have the occupation of teacher available. That's going to be us. Oh, teachers start with the lowest starting cash. Wow, that's appropriate. That's fitting. Huh. Don't know how to feel about that. I don't remember that. But hey, you get the largest final bonus. Fantastic. I get the satisfaction of a job well done. Great. And you don't even get any special advantages. Class, I think I'm going to fudge this a little bit because that sucks. We deserve better. I think I'm going to say that I'm a doctor. Because I am a health teacher. I suppose my health knowledge is more or less what a doctor would have been back then, huh? Right? Yeah? Huh? I'm going to lie and say yes. Doctor. We're a doctor. Mr. Aegis the doctor. Our party members, of course, are going to be you, class. Who wants to be one of the 4 party members? Bear in mind, I have no responsibility if something happens to you. I can only protect you in the classroom. Ah, yes. What's one more bout of dysentery? Hey, no, girl. Besides, don't gnolls have pretty hardy constitutions? I think they do. Alright, who else? Let's bring Noma along. Noma for sure as well. This music is probably a little bit too modern for this game to go with. But that's alright. We're doing a bit of a modern take. Since I am a doctor after all. Bags is not here, but he should be. We'll go with Bags. And who else? Who else? Who else? Anomalisa keys. For when they arrive. If they arrive. You need to decide when to set off on the trail. If you leave too early, there won't be much grass for your oxen to eat. You may encounter some very cold weather and late spring snowstorms. But if you leave too late, you may not get to Oregon before winter, which can be very dangerous. If you leave at just the right time, there will be green grass and, for the most part, mild weather. I think really March is the only one that's too early. August and July are definitely too late. April, May, or June, and of the three, I would rather leave close to April. May at the latest. Let's go with April. We have $1,200. We are going to need a lot of food. It's only 20 cents for a pound of food. April showers bring weird field trips. April showers may be bringing grave flowers for our funerals. In this instance. Can I buy this guy's time machine or whatever it is he's got sitting here? Sort of the... You know, the time machine from the movie, The Time Machine? H.G. Wells? Anyway. It's been so long since I played this, I have no idea what the optimal amounts are. But we've got 5 party members. Sheets have at least 3 changes of clothes. We're going to want a couple of boxes of bullets. Let's just get all the spare everythings. And 500 pounds of food. I think 8 oxen is more than enough, huh? We're probably going to die real quick on this first run, so don't worry. One solid ton of food. 2 wagon tongues. 2 wagon axles. 200 bullets. And 8 oxen. Hello, Almost Pirate. Happy Saturday to thee. Don't forget the whiskey. I imagine there should be plenty where we're going. Traveling across the untamed landscape. We're going to need lots of it. As a medicine. With this much money, I might as well stinking buy everything. This is on easy mode. Man, money really does make things easy mode. But I was not going to take their measly $400 for being a teacher. This game is biased against us. Sure. See, it recommends at least 6 oxen, at least 200 pounds of food for each person, so that's 1,000 pounds of that. So yeah, 1,500 pounds of food, that'll work. Plenty of oxen, plenty of clothes, plenty of bullets, spare whatever, let's buy it. Oh, there is music in the background. Let's see if there's anyone to talk to here. A trader named Jim. Better take extra sets of clothing. Trade them to Indians for fresh vegetables, fish, or meat. It's well worth hiring an Indian guide at river crossings. Expect to pay them. They're sharp traders, not easily cheated. Rika, yes, hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy, fire, death, and a field trip where we cross North America and settle out west. Yeah, we probably won't survive. In fact, you've stumbled upon something very important about this particular stream. We are a nice classroom, but there is something beneath the surface, just below. Like the kind of thing you get to just under the surface of your consciousness, like in a hypnotherapy session. But yes, indeed, I am planning to do one. I do study hypnotherapy a little. I got into it when I was thinking about doing some school counseling. So at some point we will be doing a hypnotherapy stream, probably on this topic of anxiety reduction. At some point along the way during this crossing to the west, I might put up my spooky mask. Anyway, hello, Bit. It's good to see you at any rate. Glad to see you're well this weekend. Enjoy your weekend. We're just having a sort of random surprise Saturday stream. It's the first time I've done a weekend stream because, hey, this is a classroom. We keep classroom hours usually, at least weekdays. And thank you for your contribution to the Hypnotherapy Stream Challenge. I'm sure we'll get there. Well, let's start off at a strenuous pace. We can slow down later. But if this is the only music that it does, I'll just put my regular background music back on. Continue. We travel out west. Do 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 do. So how was your day? It was a wet and rainy gray day for me here. How was it for you? I didn't do my usual icebreaker and daily joke and all of that. Oh, we're at the Kansas River crossing. The Kansas River is a tributary of the Missouri. It is approximately 170 miles long. Its width and depth vary depending on the amount of recent rain or snowmelt. Where the Oregon Trail crosses the Kansas River, the average width is 620 feet, and the usual depth in the middle is about 4 feet. But be sure to check the present conditions when you get there. Well, it is clear, it is hot. It shouldn't be that difficult to cross this. We could attempt to ford the river. We could caulk the wagon and float it. We could take a ferry across, or wait to see if conditions improve. Well, I think conditions are pretty ideal for this crossing. I don't think it's deep enough that we would need to float. Oh, it is 7.8 feet deep in the middle right now. Okay, well, that is higher than the height of our oxen, obviously. Yes, indeed. Something anxiety reduction. We love rain here. We needed it. Pirate, you walked the dog in the rain? You have a nice lab. That's wonderful. We love dogs. We love dogs. I guess we'll caulk the wagon and float it, huh? And we made it. We had no trouble floating the wagon across. Lovely for us. Onward and upward. At the Big Blue River crossing. The Big Blue River is a tributary to the Kansas River, which is in turn a tributary to the Missouri. It's approximately 300 miles long. Farther to the south and west is the Little Blue River, which links up with the Big Blue River at Blue Rapids. You'll cross the Big Blue north of the rapids, allowing you to avoid the Little Blue River altogether. Although it's unlikely, you may encounter some Siksika Indians. better known as the Blackfoot, near Soda Springs, which is at the extreme southern fringe of their territory. Unlike most of the other tribes on the trail, the Siksika have not had a peaceful relations with the immigrants, whom they consider to be trespassers. Well, it is rainy, so I'm sure that the crossing is pretty deep. But it does say it's only 200 feet across and 6'6" deep in the middle. I think we'll just caulk this wagon and float it again. Should have no trouble. I'm sure as soon as I say things like that, though... Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. We're all good here. What could possibly go wrong, Rika? As an ice princess, you should just freeze the lake for us to cross. Ah, we have arrived at Fort Kearney. I don't mind cheating. I can live with cheating. What does the guide say about Fort Kearney? Fort Kearney is a U.S. Army port established in 1848 near the Platte River. It garrisons cavalry troops who protect settlers and travelers along the Oregon Trail. It was named for General Stephen Watts Kearney, who died in 1848 after helping to establish law and order in the region and serving in the Mexican War. We're learning a lot today, class. This is an educational game after all. Let's talk to the people here, see if they have any interesting information. Rika, I'll have you know, I am a Department of Public Instruction certified K-12 teacher. This particular class might not be accredited, but I am. Although geography and history are not the subjects I teach, just as a caveat. Big Louie has some interesting things to say here. A fascinating portrait. The Platte River Valley forms a natural roadway from Fort Kearney to Fort Laramie. Travelers bound for California, Utah, and Oregon all take this road. Could be the easiest stretch of the whole trip. Should see antelope and plenty of buffalo. Thank you, Big Louie. But yes, I don't think my teachers who taught me expected that I would be using my information on Twitch. Then again, I never said I was a very good teacher. I am still new, after all, to both streaming and to teaching in the classroom. They don't have anything we need to buy here. Wow, these portraits are fabulous. They're just fantastic. There's a lot more pink and fuchsia in the clothing here than you would expect in 1848, or whenever this is. No, we don't think teachers expected the Oregon Trail would still be used and played even today. Certainly not this version. But this is, a nostalgic trip that we're taking here. There are some new ones, and I've seen people play those that look like they're a lot of fun. But we have our Windows 95 aesthetic here. Our late 90s, early 2000s aesthetic as well. That's the vibe we have for our class. So this one seems to work great. How many of you watch LGR? How many of you watch that channel? I love it. Yes, Noel, you think from what you remember reading that clothes were way more colorful than we assume in the old days. That's probably true. I mean, a lot of people even think that things were like, black and white back in the day, or that at least they were shades of dirt brown. Some colors they didn't have just because of a lack of access to the sources of the dyes and whatnot. Rika, you had hard copies of 3 and 4. I had 3, I believe, and I do agree. I think 2 is my favorite that I was playing back in the day in school. Of course, when I was in school, not that it was that long ago, but I went to a very poor school in a rural area, and they had these old computers there that had the floppy disks. I don't mean like the little hard floppy, the 3.5 or 3.25 floppy disks, that our save icons are now. I mean the floppy disk that you could like fan yourself with. They still had computers like that. With little games where you would, type to have the little character on the screen catch an apple that was falling from a tree that had the right letter on it. So those are some of my memories. No, they had us running from each other because back in the day, we played outside at recess. I have a giant scar on my leg from the time, I think it was in 3rd grade. We were playing on some abandoned playground equipment in the back of the school that they were throwing out, and it was all beaten and rusty and just kind of collapsed in a heap. And I was playing on it with another kid, and a 3rd kid came up and pushed us, and I fell and scraped my shin on a rusty bolt, and I had to get a tetanus shot. And I still have the scar scraped all the way down my shin bone. But yes, we used to play outside. A crazy idea. We were just talking about in our previous stream about the importance of touching grass. That it is not just a meme, it is true. People need to touch grass. It has a physiological and psychological effect on human health and wellness. Oh, the music stopped. Oh, there it is. Beautiful graphics, don't you see? And remind me to bring you all down to the pet room to see Moki and Ori for the class pet time. Oh, it looks like Beggs has measles already. Once again, Beggs is not here to see that he has the measles. Oh, Rika, I have 2 beautiful ferrets that live in their little pet room under my room. And I have a camera in their room. And when it's time for a break, we'll go down and visit them, and you'll see them on the screen, and I will give them pets for you, and I will give them treats for you. What will we do with Bags and his measles? Guidebook. Diseases. Various types of diseases are common threats on the trail, especially during the second half of the journey as supplies run low or travelers become exhausted. Among these diseases are measles, cholera, dysentery, and typhoid. When members of your party fall ill, you would be wise to stop and rest for several days in order to aid their recovery. Hello, Noma. Welcome back. And yes, indeed, Rika, that is the goal, for us to have a nice, comfortable, relaxing classroom environment where we all have a wonderful learning community, even when Aurora is sitting in the back shooting spitballs at me. And bonking me on the noggin with an apple. But then showering me in gold stars. Thank you. Thank you. Ow. Thank you, Noel, for the stars. That one's okay. That one's okay. Aurora's just submitting their homework. It's just a little messy. I took the wrong trail and lost one day. Take a time out here. And rest, because Bags has the measles. We've rested till April 23rd, and Bags is well again. Yes, yes, no bullying. No bullying in our class. I will bring your clip down to red. You don't want that, do you? How many of you actually had this in your class when you were in school? The behavior chart. Ow. Hello, Mousy Prince. Welcome. Welcome back. We were just discussing people's behavioral assessments. But yes, some of you did have these, where they would move the clip up and down if you were good or bad. There's a lot of controversy right now in the educational field about whether these are good means of assessment or not. I tend to agree, Ralsei. I think that it provides a bit of embarrassment. I think that it's a little bit too exposed to all of the other kids. And it can induce some anxiety in students as well. I think that it does a little more harm than it does good, to be honest with you. I like this meme. I'm going to have to find some way to work this into like the channel point redeems, because the channel points provide ways for the class to interact with me negatively or positively with gold stars. There should be a way for me to interact with you and let you know you're doing a great job, you're a good doodle, or to let you know that I am moving your clip to red. Aurora, you once got sent to the head teacher's office for answering back the head teacher when all you said was yes, sir. I completely agree, Rika. There should be a way to do something nice for me. Even giving me an apple bonks me on the head with the apple, and it makes me cry. Mousy is on Team Red. Nice, nice. I think self-assessment is a little bit more useful for the teacher, actually. When class is over, doing a short exit slip, when students can give themselves a rating, because the teacher knows whether or not they're being honest. And that's another way for them to assess. Are they being honest with you as the teacher and honest with themselves? Your clip would have been at the bottom, pirate. I can't imagine why. Rika, yes, there is quite a lot of royalty here. This is the class where they send all of the wealthy and powerful students because they know that I can protect them. Bags as well again. Oh yes, I did see Bags. Hello, Bags. Yes, indeed, Bags as well again. He has overcome the measles. Rika, you may have been sent here by mistake, but now it's too late. You're enrolled. Mainstream school was too overwhelming. I completely understand. I went to a very small rural private school. Not a lot of resources there. They didn't really have the resources for a student like myself who was a little bit gifted in some ways and a little bit behind in some other ways. It was a big struggle when I had to start going to a big, full, regular public school. They're actually singing a real song in the background. I downloaded this game in like 3 seconds. I didn't expect it to actually have the full suite of things happening. We are at Chimney Rock. It's a beautiful natural landmark in North America. Chimney Rock is an important landmark on the Oregon Trail. It's a spectacular natural formation of solid rock and can be seen for miles around. In fact, you can see it for a whole day as you approach it, and for another whole day as you leave it behind. If you don't see it at all within a week or so after leaving Fort Kearney, you've probably strayed too far off the trail. Aurora, indeed, in the end, you went to a school to help people like yourself, and you left with qualifications, a car mechanical college course. That's fantastic. I'm a big advocate for technical colleges and for community colleges, vocational schools. Just before this, when I decided to go back and get my teaching degree, I was still working in the education field. I worked at a technical college, doing some work for the dean. One of the projects I worked on was helping to get rid of the entrance exams, the requirements for certain SAT or ACT requirements. I felt, and the dean felt as well, that they were just barriers to students to get into the program. They didn't actually do a good job of helping students prepare. Because especially for those kinds of vocations, those are hands-on fields. And a written test like the SAT or the ACT or others don't necessarily tell you whether someone can be successful in that field. Not being able to do written tests very well doesn't preclude someone from being very good at, say, being a medical assistant or a mechanic or a carpenter or any other type of field where you have those kinds of hands-on experiences. So we wanted to get rid of those as entrance requirements. And we did. I went back and analyzed the data, ran some correlations, and found that there simply wasn't any strong correlation between people's entrance exam scores and whether or not they were successful in completing the course and getting their certifications. I think that's a trend that should continue, and more schools should re-examine and reassess whether or not those kinds of entrance exams are beneficial, or if they're just needless hindrances and roadblocks, where students might be able to be successful in a great career field, one that has good pay and benefits, but that they're being held up from because of the cost of taking those tests and passing them. Exactly, Rika. What profession is actually well represented by test taking? We don't take tests for a living. And yes, Noma, for sure. The people who would manage and administer those tests make a great deal of money. And if someone has to take the test 2 or 3 times, that's 2 or 3 times the payment for them. I can tell you right now, across quite a few states in the area, the profession of dental assistant and dental hygiene are so in demand that they are 5 years behind in filling that many positions. They have 5 years worth of positions available. And yet those jobs pay upwards of six figures. The problem is that a lot of the local technical colleges don't have the capacity to teach that many students. So there's more demand than there is capacity for colleges to churn out those students. A lot of students would like to get into those kinds of fields, but they don't feel like they have the academic background, which is unfortunate because those are jobs that society needs. Aurora, yeah, the physical stuff was what you were good at? I love to hear a good A in PE. Teaching health, after all, is my forte. I had troubles with math. Yes, totally understandable. Not my forte either, but I have tutored people in math. I might like to do a stream where I go over some like tips and tricks for math and some science stuff. The GCSE. Oh, it's your exams. So yeah, those are like job type tests. There's no direct comparison in the U.S. We don't really have a thing like that. At least not any kind of unified national testing that's done like that. The closest thing you might say is that there's the GED, which is a test that if you don't complete high school traditionally, you take a test to show whether or not you can pass the high school level. I actually had to get a GED. I had to drop out of school to start working when I was in my teen years. So I had to go back later and get my GED and then do well on those entrance exams like the SAT and the ACT so that I could go to college. What does Rebecca Sims have to say? I hear terrible stories about wagon parties running out of food before Oregon. The whole party starving to death. We must check our supplies often. We might not get there as soon as we think. Always plan for the worst, I say. Good advice. You got your GED as well, Noel? Yes, all of the paths that get you where you need to go are valid. Rika, you skipped out of some PE. Well, you did well in sciences, though. Yeah, it's a very different animal at uni, for sure. When I got out of the Army and was able to go to college, I started off at a junior college. I simply wasn't ready yet for the full university experience. So I did my first 2 years there before transferring to the big state school. For my first degree, at least. My voice is muted? I wonder when I clicked mute. How long ago? Oh, well. Yes, I got a master's in health education, and I'm getting my teaching certification now. So I'm doing student teaching while taking classes myself. Oh, yes. So you played semi-pro soccer. So sorry to hear about your injury. Pirate, I think we don't apply whiskey to sick oxen. We'll see. But the image looks like he's about to shoot this oxen. It doesn't say that the oxen is like dying. It just says sick. Now I'm going to get sick because I'm covered in disgusting spit. And ox is sick. I don't know what they want me to do about that. We just shoot it and eat it? I don't know. A woman traveler. They didn't even give this woman a name. Be warned, stranger. Don't dig a water hole. Drink only river water. Salty as the Platte River is, it's better than the cholera. We buried my husband last week. Could use some help with this harness if you can spare the time. Oh, they have voice acting.
Drink only river water. Salty as the Platte River is, it's better than the cholera. We buried my husband last week. Could use some help with this harness if you can spare the time.
Well, sure, of course, miss. I'm so sorry to hear about your husband. Did they bury him near the water hole? Is that why? Anyway. Oh, in your school they didn't offer weight training, Noma? It's a real shame. They tend to now. That is the current paradigm in physical education. Extremely beneficial. Extraordinarily. A blizzard delayed you by 1 day. It's April 28th. There's blizzards. We're just getting hit. Let's get to this fort. We have reached Fort Laramie. All right. The music being so intermittent is bothering me. I don't know if it's continuing on for you, but it sort of cuts in and out for me. Oh, maybe I'm just too far away from wherever the game is set. Blizzards in late April. What a world. But we've reached Fort Laramie. Who can we talk to here? Hello, mountain man. Well, rip to them. I'm just built different. Oh, we still got plenty of food. We still got plenty of everything. We're good to go. Still got money. Everyone's health is good. Pace is a little strenuous, but we want to make as much progress as we can before it gets difficult. I'm really not a fan of winter, to be honest. It's my least favorite season. I love summer. I'm so sad that it's gone. Look at us making great progress, though. We've lost 1 day to heavy fog. Looks like they got smoked out. Should be coming up on a river. Or Yeah, there we go, a river. I love me the hotness. I like to get outside and run around in the heat. We have reached Independence Rock. What does it have to say about Independence Rock? Independence Rock is an important landmark and resting place along the Oregon Trail. It's a large natural formation, almost 200 feet tall, made of soft stone into which many travelers and traders have carved their names, initials, or brief messages. It gets its name from the fact that, in order to stay on schedule, travelers try to reach it no later than July 4th, Independence Day. Oh, we have multiple winter lovers here. Some light snow and hot coffee for you, Mousy. Well, you can have those. I will take all of the heat that I can get. Yes, indeed, Noel. Fog can be quite troublesome. There's Ralsei, who has just dropped off their homework. See if I can find the picture that I was looking for. You'll be here all week, Ralsei? Well, that's good. Wouldn't want you to go anywhere. There was some very, very thick fog behind my house the other day. I took some beautiful pictures, but now I can't find them. I'll see if I can find them in a minute. Continue on from Independence Rock. Do 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 do. We're just making it a great clip now. We have arrived at South Pass. A great clip which is at red. Yes, well, yours is not at red yet. Maybe, though. Maybe you'll end up in red. There we go. I've found my foggy pictures. Yeah, the Oregon Trail goes right through these pink mountains in Hyrule. It's beautiful. This was the scene the other day behind my house. And right behind that, inside all that fog, is the local cemetery. Perfectly, beautifully spooky. What does the game have to say about South Pass? South Pass is a valley that cuts through the Rocky Mountains at their highest point, the Continental Divide. It marks the halfway point on your journey to Oregon. After South Pass, the trail splits. If you're short on supplies, you should head for Fort Bridger. But if you don't need supplies, you may want to take the shorter route and go directly to the Green River. we're going to go directly to the Green River.
My family and I traveled with 40 other friends to the valley of the Great Salt Lake to seek religious freedom. Back east, Mormons are persecuted. In Utah, we'll join together to build a new community, changing desert into farmland.
Well, good luck to you on that. Well, we're still good on supplies. Let's just continue. We don't need supplies. Let's just go right to Green River Crossing. And there she is, the river. We found some wild fruit. We love berries. We love some berries here. What a delightful JPEG or bitmap of berries. You're hungry? Heavy flog. Just getting smoked out around here, huh? More fog. Wow. It's a Wendy's out there. Yeah, that's where they do it. In the back of the Wendy's. The Green River is a tributary to the Colorado River, flowing south from the Continental Divide along a twisted, rugged path. It's estimated to be more than 700 miles in length. It's navigable only at high water, and even then it's extremely dangerous. But you must cross it before proceeding west on the Oregon Trail, so be very careful.
$5 to ferry us over the Green River? Those ferrymen will make $100 before breakfast. We'll keep downriver until we find a place to ford our wagon and animals. What little money we have left, we'll keep.
Well, I'm glad that's why we came with so much money, because I would rather just pay these people. But we should probably also hunt, at one point at least. Let's go hunting. Well, you can't hunt at landmarks because there are too many people around. Yeah, I suppose we wouldn't want to shoot anyone. We're going to take the ferry. We'll pay. To wait 6 days? Sure, we left pretty early. I think that was the smart choice. We had to deal with at least one blizzard and lots of spring fog, but it saved us the time, and we can take the safe ferry across. Yay! Yippee! Oh, you can't hunt in a rainstorm? Now it's raining? Jeez, oh man. Oh. Broken wagon ton. Do you want to spend a day trying to fix it? No, we've got plenty of extras. The wagon tongue is a wooden beam that extends from the front of the wagon to which the oxen harness assembly is attached. In other words, it connects the wagon to the oxen that pull it. If the wagon tongue breaks, you have to repair or replace it before you can continue on the trail. Well, we have 2 others. Okay, but now we're going to hunt, right? Now it's going to let us hunt? Heck yeah. Oh, there was a squirrel. Oh, a deer. Oh, we hit both of those bison easily. And that deer. Yeah, that's plenty. We shot 984 pounds of meat, but we'll only be able to carry back 200 pounds. We used 4 bullets. Well, we don't want to make game scarce, so that's good enough. And now we have 200 pounds of perishable food. Onward we go. We lost 20 pounds of food due to spoilage. Well, oh well. Just toss it out back. Let the worms eat it. And the maggots. It's not my fault. It's not my fault, Aurora. And now we have a broken wagon axle. Do we want to spend a day trying to fix it? Well, we have 2 others. Well, it's alright. The mushroom and the decay and the worms and the maggots, they'll all eat it. Decay is an extant form of life, after all. Exactly, Noel Girl. Rotting is a part of the natural cycle of life. You know, those supplies are free for everyone. Aurora, you can borrow the ruler. Yes, yes, indeed. The elves did not decay. Their spirits only waned. Except when in the presence of Mithril. Thank you for the gold stars. Thank you for the contribution to the hypnotherapy stream. Except when in the presence of Mithril or the rings or Melian's girdle. And you missed. You missed with your spitball, Rika. Better luck next time. I'm too quick. I dodged it. Let's not try to fix that axle. Let's just replace it. Ah, yes, yes. The greater magics, or the greater earth. Like the Silmarils. That feel when no half Maya, half elf wife. Oh, a pizza party? We could do that. Yesterday was, as we discussed in class, yesterday was National Sausage Pizza Day. And here we are at Soda Springs. I hope they have Mountain Dew. Soda Springs is an important landmark and stopping off point along the trail. It gets its name from the alkaline, sodium, mineral springs you find there. Some travelers separate from the Oregon Trail at this point and head southwest to California. Others wait until they get to Fort Hall before going on the California Trail. Should we go to California instead, class? Oh, just carbonated water? Drat. Oh, Noma, you wanted sulfur? Don't you need extra sodium in your diet? Weren't we discussing that?
I've heard it said that there are many cutoffs to take to shorten the journey. That by taking all the shortcuts, you can save many days on the trail. And why not? Saving time and provisions is worth the risk.
No risk, no reward, Mr. Hendricks. Oh, you need to go west? Well, yeah, we can stop by Oklahoma. Are you in the panhandle? Or in the pan? Oh, everyone's health is fair. Our rations are filling, and our pace is strenuous. Let's rest for 2 days. Or you're in the pan, floating on the top. Now everyone's health is at good. Yes. Let's continue. Uh-oh, Noma. Noma has cholera. You did indeed call it. Oh, we found some wild fruit. Let's take some time out and rest so that Noma can feel better. Noma's in their call era. Good one. Time out. Let's see the status. Noma still has cholera. Let's rest for 2 more days. Let's rest 1 day because we're almost at a fort. And now Melissa is suffering from exhaustion. Let's just get to this fort. Let's just get to the fort and then we can rest. Oh, it's hot out. We've reached Fort Hall. Fort Hall is an outpost on the banks of the Snake River. It was originally a fur trading post, founded by Nathaniel Wyeth in 1834. Later, it was bought by the Hudson's Bay Company. Ever since, it has served as an important stop along the Oregon Trail, where emigrants can rest and buy supplies. Some travelers turn southwest at this point and head for California.
Here there's mountain sheep around here. Enough water, too. Hardly a stick of wood. Thank heaven for Fort Hall. But I'm real sorry to be saying goodbye to Cousin Miles and all the folks heading for California.
California would be nice this time of year. Oh yeah, so we're drinking water at the crowded fort in the 1800s. Yeah, I'm sure that's great for our health. Oh, we still have all of our oxen. Still have plenty of bullets, wheels, axles, tongues, pounds of food. You're going to go to sleep, Aurora? Good, good, good. Get some rest. Have a good sleep. I forgot to remind everyone last time, but as I tried to do, when you wake up in the morning, take the first 60 seconds of your time and just breathe. Don't think about anything. Don't think about the breathing. Just breathe naturally, calmly. Don't think about anything at all, not the day ahead of you, not what you're going to have for breakfast. Just relax. Breathe deeply, breathe normally, and spend the first 60 seconds of wakefulness just in calm reflection. I'll see you next time, Aurora. Be good. Yes. We will rest several days here. Yes, don't even think about not thinking. Dang, everyone is still tired and sick. But if we have to spend a week at this fort, we will. Noma is well again. Anomalisa is well again. See what good things a nice rest can do for you. Hello, Mushroom. Hello, Snail. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you again. Glad to have you back with us. We could probably use some fresh food here. Oh, I missed the deer. But I did get that antelope. I think we can only carry 200 at a time anyway, so let's just get one more. Gotcha. Perfect. Yes. Good progress. You got on the nerves of your stray cat? What type of cat? Oh no, Knoll Girl has cholera now. All right. Time out and rest for 2 days. And we'll change our pace to steady and slow. Slow and steady to win this race. You were right to blame the fort. You probably caught it at the fort waterhole. The trail is impassable. Lose 8 days. Well, I mean, I guess we're resting, so someone should get better. And there we go. Well again. Black and gray with swirly patterns. Sounds like a lovely feline. Everything's coming up Millhouse. We found some wild fruit. Oh no, Beggs has a fever. He has a fever, and the only solution is more oxbell. I'm memeing again, that's true. Oh, we're getting into the middle of the summer now, though. It's going to be quite hot. At the next fort, we'll buy a little bit more non-perishable food. And Bags is all right again. Everyone's good. Let's pick the pace back up. We're going to make it. We're going to make it to the Oregon province? Territory. Region. Food appears to be shoulder? Oh yes. Oh, bad water. That's not good. In fact, it's the opposite of good. It's bad. Let's hunt. We need some food. And we want to do it before we get to that river. Oh, rabbit. Oh, just kind of... There. I think that's all we can get anyway. 110 pounds of meat. That's good enough. That's a very interesting rhyme you've got there, Noma. Oh, Anomalise has cholera right after that bad water. I wonder how that happened. After leaving Fort Hall, the trail follows the Snake River for hundreds of miles. The Snake River gets its name from the way it twists and turns through this rugged country, sometimes through steep gorges. But the trail is fairly flat, though dry and desolate near the river, which makes wagon travel possible. Crossing the Snake River, however, can be very dangerous.
It says right here in the side of the guidebook, you must hire an Indian to pilot you at the crossings of the Snake River, it being dangerous, if not perfectly understood. But my husband insists on crossing without a guide.
Your husband sounds like an idiot. You should leave him. Just kidding. What's our status? Got about 500 total pounds of meat. Anomalisa has cholera. We're going to need someone to guide us across this river. What do you want to get by trading? 100 pounds of food. Nobody has got 100 pounds of food to spare. What about 50 pounds? Sure, I'll trade you 50 pounds of food for one wagon wheel. Yeah, sure. Because we had 2 extra wagon wheels. Nice. Well, how are we going to cross? Well, we need to hire someone. A Shoshone guide says that he will take your wagon across the river in exchange for 2 sets of clothing. Well, we have lots of clothing. So yes, we will. Floating down the river. You have no trouble floating the wagon across. Perfect. While you're here and before we get to our pet break, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe and do all those things that all of these streamers say whenever they're in the middle of a break. In fact, at our next landmark, we will take our break and go visit Moki and Ori. Smash that subscribe button. A follow is really all that I require. We've lost more food to worms and maggots and fungi. Rip. Anomalisa was near death, but the doctor was able to help. Well, that's me. Well, everyone is at their breaking point in this little traveling party, so we're going to rest for 5 days. I will sacrifice some food to spoilage to get everyone healthy and rested. Dang, we're going to have to change our pace to steady. Rest for another couple of days. Oh, don't be shy, Rika. That's okay. Whenever works for you. I like the alerts. Anomalisa is well again. The rest was worth it. What is the status now? Everyone's health is good. Our rations are filling. Our pace is steady. We still have 350 buckaroos, a wagon wheel, an axle, a tongue, almost 300 bullets, 18 sets of clothing, 12 oxen. Let's get some more fresh food real quick. Dang. Hey, I got the rabbit. Ha! I'm just trying to get the small ones. That'll do. It's okay to be shy. This class is all about you, not me. And look at that. We found some wild fruit. We'd probably pick up our pace even. No grass for the oxen. Womp womp. Let them eat cake. Ah, a fort. Wonderful. No water. Well, that's a bigger problem. That's a bigger problem for everyone. Indeed, Rika. They go 1 day without grass and they're all shriveled up? That doesn't seem right. Yay, a fort. Fort Boise. Yes, yes, indeed. Get a drink. Get some water. Hydrate. Ah. They must have many potatoes there in Fort Boise, Idaho. True, true. Fort Boise was built by the Hudson's Bay Company in 1834 as a fur trading outpost. Its name comes from the French word boisé, meaning wooded. That's because there are lots of trees here, unlike the dry region of the Snake River Valley Plain to the east. An important stop on the Oregon Trail, it stands on the banks of the Boise River, a tributary of the Snake River.
You'll not get your wagon over them Blue Mountains, mister. Leave it. Cross your goods over with pack animals. Get yourself a couple of good mules. Pieces of wagons litter the trail, left by them folks who don't keep good advice.
That's interesting, that's interesting. Oh, I think we're still pretty good to go. But we have been at it for about an hour and a half. Do you think it's a good time to go visit with Moki and Ori? Class? Let me just bring up the camera here. I don't think they know that, Noma. I don't think they know that they are Twitch famous. Well, you see up here, this was kind of bridged, and that's where they were usually sleeping. They appear to have knocked it down. But that's all right. That's all right. They just love to tear everything up that they can in their little room here. Let me just get myself ready to go down there and give them all the love and attention. Get their treat ready. All right. I'm ready. Oh no, what's all this? I've turned my mirror on. There we are. Okay. So, I'm about to run down there. If the camera cuts out, don't worry, I will turn it back on. And away we go. There we are. Filled up their food, filled up their water. Cleaned out the litter box quick. They are indeed so cute. Look at him in the background there. Scampering and scurrying around in their room. So yes, for those who are new, Moki is the big one. A little bit bigger at least. The older brother. Ori is the little bit smaller one, the little sister. A little bit lighter fur color. Yes, there's a big one relative to the other. A little bit longer. Just by a little. They like to alternate where they sleep. Today they were sleeping in their little carrier, but I've set up as like a alcove on them. Often lately they've been sleeping under this little ramp. Or just behind this barrier there's a hammock that they like to sleep in as well. Whoop. They're just delightful though, aren't they? Yes, someday I will figure all this Twitch stuff out a little bit better. For now, it's working okay. They're such little curious creatures, yes, yes. And we're on the trail again. Oh yes, them too. Oh no, more bad water. Let's spread that cholera all over the place. No water. Well, we need to slow our pace down then. It's hot. Free cholera for every critter, Rika is correct. We're gonna go at a nice leisurely pace. Oh, and no grass? They're just throwing everything they got at us, huh? We're almost at a landmark, though. We're almost there. And look, we're already in, like... Oh no, Noma has a broken arm. Didn't you almost recently break your leg, too? Well, at least we can still walk with a broken arm. Again, no grass. Come on, we can do it. We can make it. And we're at Grand Ronde in the Blue Mountains. The Misty Mountains. The Grand Ronde, French for Great Ring, is a river that runs roughly parallel to the Blue Mountains. The Oregon Trail crosses through the Grand Ronde River Valley just before the mountains. The Grand Ronde Valley is noted for its beauty and is greatly appreciated by immigrants as a sign that their long journey is nearing an end.
Since crossing the Snake at Fort Boise, it's been just mountain and desert. Dust deeper each day. 6 inches at times. No tracks, just clouds of dust. Many cattle choked on the dust after swimming the river. There she died.
Damn, what a rough way to go. I guess we're just built different. Guess it must be my incredible skills as a teacher-doctor, keeping everyone alive, barely, given that everyone is at fair health or a broken arm. Since we're here, let's rest a few days. Uh-oh, Null Girl has a fever. We best rest a little bit longer. Another 3 days, perhaps. And we find some wild fruit by resting. And now Bags is sick with typhoid fever. Okay, so we have myself. I'm in fair health. Null Girl has a fever. Noma has a broken arm. Bags has typhoid. And Anomalisa is in fair condition. We do have plenty of food. We have lots of bullets. We have spares for wagon wheels, axles, and tongues. We have lots of clothing and plenty of oxen, but our health is in quite a sorry state of affairs. What should we do? How long should we rest? Because everyone is in quite a sorry state of affairs here. We're finding wild fruit left and right. Oh, at least Null Girl is well again. Our rations are... We have 367 pounds of food left. And our rations are at high. They're at filling. Our status... We have 3 people who are in fair condition. And still the broken arm and the typhoid. I guess we'll just continue to rest for a few more days. We were traveling at a medium pace. Keep finding that wild fruit around here, the Grand Ronde. Ah, Bags is well again. And Anomalisa is sick with typhoid fever. This place is cursed. But we can live with the broken arm. We do have to start making progress again though, so let's at least start making some steady progress. Let's take the shortcut. There's nothing really we can gain from supplies. The only thing we could get is food, but we can always hunt for that. In fact, I will hunt now because we have lots of bullets. Got that rabbit. Give me one more rabbit. Give me one more little one. A squirrel, a rabbit. I don't want to kill more than I need. I want to get as close to 200 pounds as I can. Stupid squirrel got in the way. Yes, you need to wash your heckin' pobs. Okay. Well, we have 200 pounds of extra food. That's good. We're almost there. We're gonna make it. The oxen might not. The oxen may die, but we have 12 of them. In fact, we don't need to hunt. We can just eat the oxen. And this wild fruit we found. An ox died. Okay, that's fine. We have 11 left. Oh no. We've lost a party member. But she just had a fever. We're not all gonna make it. Anomalisa Keys has died of typhoid. We hate to see it. Well, no use crying over spilt milk. They're gone. We live on. No use crying over dysentery and cholera and typhoid. You know, it was really their fault. I mean, I guess I could have stopped going altogether, but we slowed our pace. We were eating as filling a meals as we could. And see, at least Noma's well again. Three out of 4 ain't bad. Sure, we lost some ox. Sure, we lost a follower. Sure, the trail is impassable for 4 days. Sure, Nolgorl has cholera. Let's just get to this landmark and rest. We're gonna rest for like a week. Thanks, Wild Fruit. You've really been helpful. Okay, okay. We won't lose anyone else. We won't lose anyone else. See, I mean, if you just get rid of that one, if we drop our lowest grade here, we've got an A. No waste, no muss, no fuss. I think we'll do just that. The Dales is the chief embarkation point for rafts heading down the Columbia River toward the Willamette Valley. It was named by French fur trappers, who likened the deep, stony river gorge to a huge gutter. In French, the word Dales can refer to gutters or flagstones. Emigrants to Oregon often stop here to rest and trade before rafting down the Columbia. Oh, I'm certainly not laughing. I'm just saying, you know, if they were meant to make it, they would have survived. It's not my fault. I take no responsibility. I did everything I could. We're in a raft. Oh geez, I thought we could hire a guide. I didn't think there was going to be an action sequence. This is truly the Dark Souls of Oregon Trail. We're gonna make it, though. At least some of us are. We made it down the river. We made it down the river. Congratulations, you have reached the Willamette Valley. What a beautiful screen. Of course, it shows more people than we actually made it there with. Congratulations, you've made it on the Oregon Trail list of legends. You arrived on September 17th, 1848 and received this many points. 4 people arrived in good health. You had 11 oxen, 3 spare wagon parts, a bunch of clothes, bullets, food, and money. 2,200 points. I think that's respectable. That's a respectable figure. Yes, yes. Yes, let's save our trail journal to trail. Mr. Aegis. We are 5th. 5th out of 10. I'll take it. I'll take that. That's okay. It's not terrible, I suppose. Better than bad. We did pretty good. What do you think, class? How do you think our Oregon Trail experience went? For those of you who survived, at least. I think we could make a lot more points next time. Yes, it is. It is a lot like I remembered it. I don't think I played this specific version either. I think I've played versions before and after this. Oh, this was shockingly good to you, Noma. Yeah, really resting is the key, is it not? I think it went shockingly well. Indeed, we did it. We made it. Thank you for the shower of gold stars. They're really all of ours. We won together. That's a good idea, Rika. We could. I did see that there was a version on Steam, like a full modern remake. And isn't there a zombie version, the Oregon Trail? We could play that one too someday. Oh, Oregon Trail is fun? I've heard. Never gotten to play it before, though, so maybe it will be a good choice. I did recently put up a tweet of games that I have not yet played. So your suggestions for what you would like to see us play next time are always welcome. I've put a list of the games that I have. Games that I'm interested in. But of course, I want to play things that we're all interested in. Oh, you got it in the Humble Bundle some time ago. I'm sure if it's available there, I can get it for good and for a good rate. Maybe play that. You suggest gizmos and gadgets? As in general, or a game specifically titled Gizmos and Gadgets? Oh, it's great for backseat gaming. Well, I actually do like that. I don't mind backseating, and I like when people are engaged. Oh, a puzzle game. It's educational. I do still have yet to play Baldur's Gate 3. I've never played Red Dead 2. I haven't played Disco Elysium. I haven't played Cyberpunk. I've never beaten Skyrim. We can learn a little bit about strategy and interpersonal communications, I think, in BG3. The Dr. Brain games, I believe so. I really do want to play Backyard Baseball. I don't know how many people remember that series. I've mentioned it a few times before. But, you know, Pete Wheeler, Pablo Sanchez. The Backyard Sports series from way back in the days of the 90s. I think that would be fun to play. But I also think I want to wait for my new model to be done before I do that. I'd like that to be one of my new model games. Oh, you are also from way back in the 90s, Rika? Good, good. The AutoMod did not like that link. I'm going to have to change the AutoMod settings because I think links are fine. Okay, so this is the link they posted. Oh, the dreaded. Get out of here. Oh yeah, not bad. How do I change the Nightbot to stop doing that? A 1983 educational game designed for a stylus for the Commodore 64. Oh, I can just disable that. Okay. There we go. That ought to be fine. Well, speaking of that kind of era, hold on. Hold on now. Hold the phone. Teaches you parts and mechanics and tons of other stuff. Of course you're allowed to have phones in class. I'm not some kind of stodgy, fuddy-duddy teacher. Do. Nerdy Chip McCallahan suddenly stops eating lunch. Melinda the mental marvel is sitting down next to him. Melinda smiles. Chips, she says. If you finish the challenge, you can join our computer club, the Bitbusters. Chip has been a constant admirer of Melinda for a long time. Chip crunches his bag of pretzels and gulps. I'll do it. Please enter the code of the starting level or press fire to begin. Oh, this is not the chips challenge that I wanted. I want the one that came with Windows 95. There we go. Oh, I didn't expect it to be in there. But okay. Chips. Oh, this can't run on your PC. Let's see if I can't change that. Properties. Compatibility. Windows 95. Drat. Okay, never mind. Can I just play it online? Oh. Do 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 do. Wait a minute. Oh, it's free on Steam. Incredible. How many of you remember this game? You should. It's a true classic. There we go. Oh, it's WASD. Okay. There we go. Yep, this certainly is one of the old school games. Yowzer, first try. Oh, right. Oh no. Bummer. Push blocks into water to make dirt. Watch out for monsters. Oh, okay. I get it. I get it now. My bad, my mistake. Trial and error. Watch out for these giant ants. Oh no. Ugh, ants. Go Bitbuster. Okay. So we have the swim fin, so we can get the cleat. Which allows us to go on the ice. We have the fireproof boot, so we can get the anti-grav boot, so we can get the chip, so we can get out of here. Alright, so we have blocks there. We get this chip here. I feel my brain getting bigger already. Too easy. I think I did play the Incredible Machine games. Now that's just a trap. They made poor little Chip here get burned alive for their own amusement. I wonder what the speedrun community is like for this game. I'm sure it's robust. Oh, we can change the music to the Windows version. Hell yeah. This is the way I remember it. If you did play this game, you probably remember this version. We did it! Oh, I have all the chips. Ha! Those were just decoy chips. Oh, it's a secret agent. Oh, he steals your chips, I remember. Oh, drat. Oh. That jerk stole our shoes. I think we're SOL on this one now. We have to restart that one. Cannot let ourselves get stolen. Alright, so we've got the flame boot and the flipper. Oh, I get it. We can't get more than one shoe at a time. Okay. Let's get the fire boot. Ah, we got to think non-linearly here. There we go. We did it. We did it. Oh no, there's a horrible monster chasing us. Let's just get to level 10. Haha, we did it. How do we get there? Ah, there we go. Oh no. I got it this time. We'll make it. I'm a big brain genius. I won't fail you. Whee! Now we've got the yellow key. Open up the yellow door. Get the green key. Open up the green door. Whee! Why are there so many bugs? Oh, because it's a computer. It has bugs. Dang, still 6 chips left? We can do it. Oh, I see. Ah, big brain genius here. We got it. We got all the chips. We can get out of here. We can get out of this bug-infested minefield. Oh my god, seriously? Okay. I'm not gonna... I did it. I made it. I'm just gonna say that I made it. We solved the puzzle. It just trapped us at the end there. Anyways, we made it to Oregon on our Oregon Trail adventure. I think that'll do it for the evening. We did pretty good on our little impromptu stream. Didn't really have anything planned. I just saw Oregon Trail and thought it would be a great idea for a nice little fun weekend stream. We visited with Moki and Ori. We learned a little bit about geography. I hope you will join us again. Normally, that is what we do. We talk a little bit about the things we learn in games. Right now we're playing Elden Ring and talking about art and storytelling. We're playing Night in the Woods, which also has some amazing storytelling, as well as some poetry involved, actually. A little bit of social commentary, of course. It's a wonderful little game. When I finish with those, I will probably get to Baldur's Gate 3 at some point. I've put the list of other games I would like people to vote on. Oh yes, I have. I've read a little poetry in class. I would like to write a little bit more. Maybe collaboratively with class. That ought to be fun. We started to play a little Jeopardy from time to time, a little classroom Jeopardy. I might put some Kahoots together. We might play board game online together at some point. We're all still feeling this out together, somewhat new. But we've built a lovely little community of learners already pretty well in just about 2 months. Indeed, triviafication. The gamification of education. Learning by playing. Brain Quest, that's a good idea. It's a good suggestion. And absolutely, any suggestions you have for games, for activities we can do together as a class, suggestions for channel point redeems, for aesthetic changes we can make. I have been thinking about whether people would like to have an overlay over the game or just the game with myself over it. Music you could like in the background. Yep, canyon.mid. Playing there in the background. Passport.mid. Maybe I'll play some hover or some Windows pinball. But yes, please, any suggestions you have, any feedback, any thoughts. I want the stream to cater to you all as much as possible. Anything about the volume or the background music. Anything and everything I can do. I believe I have on my starting soon screen, when I first start, I have Canyon and Passport playing as the intro songs on a loop. And I think I have them as MIDIs playing through VLC. Yes. You had a prof who loved MIDI. I just think they're great and so nostalgic, and they have such a great mouthfeel to the songs. It's like when you hear a song and you know it's unmistakably, like, for example, from SNES. Like, you just know that sound font. You know what it is, you know what you're getting. Or like a Sega game, you know that sound. It's just unmistakable. MIDI is like that too. Unmistakable. Well, you found out recently that MIDI sound different now because the sound fonts are determined partly by the processor. Yes, the hardware has changed. That's true. Sound is very sensitive. Our ears are very sensitive to the different subtle changes. People can tell when you're listening to high quality, modern technology or when it's through that unmistakably fuzzy format. Oh, damn it, I forgot to turn off the other background. Sorry. Back in the day, you could buy different sound processors, and they were marketed separately. Oh, you were a Sound Blaster family. Do you watch LGR or those other retro classic tech channels? There's just something about Passport and Canyon. Yeah, I love the retro stuff. I mean, retro for me is like 90s. I'm not old enough for anything else to be considered retro. Oh, you are working on creating a 16-bit retro style system. Man, that stuff is awesome. Keep us informed. Tell us all about it. Yeah, definitely keep us informed. I love to hear about all that kind of stuff. 16 is the ideal number of bits. 16 is a wonderful number. Yeah, the modems. Oh, that reminds me, I need to get a nice modem sound for one of my sound alerts. Yeah, modem noises, The Windows 95 startup sound, the shutdown sound, all that kind of stuff. I'll do a little bit more updating on the aesthetic and the sound font or sound effects and whatnot when I get my new model, my human model. It will be fantastic. It'll be all retroed out. Well, yeah, I do like having both of them, a human and my badger form here, so that I can alternate between them and people can use channel points to swap me between the forms. That's right, I am indeed a badger, a mustelid, a relative of the ferret. You're turning me to 11, Noma? I believe that would just be feral. Yes, I believe that would just be flat out feral. You're both furring up the place, it seems. Yes, you like finding more furry streamers? Good, good. Yeah, I've always had the idea of having both forms so that I can swap between myself and my badger form. And maybe it's that strange mask I found that transforms me between the two. Some of you haven't seen my spooky mask. Perhaps next time if you tune in, you will see it. What sound do badgers make to convey, what the F is this unfair BS? You know, actually, let's do this one last thing before we head out for the evening and raid someone. You got into the wrath of the righteous recently. Instantly chose Kitsune? Yes, yes. Change between humans and anthrofoxes? Awesome. Oh, these are all like European badgers. Oh, that's an African badger. I am a North American badger. There's a North American badger. That's me right there.
Shoot. That's the spot. Come here. Let me go.
Ooh, angry badger. Hehehe. Indeed, indeed. Anyway, I got off track. We were at the end of our adventure for this evening. Anyways, thank you for coming. This was an unexpected sort of surprise stream, so I don't have all of my usual ending spiel. I didn't do my beginning spiel. I didn't do my icebreaker or my daily joke. But it was just for fun. We still learned a little bit. So glad you are all here. Thank you for joining me. No, you did not miss anything this time. I did not get to my daily joke. Normally I have everything planned out. but this was just sort of a spur of the moment stream. But it was great to meet Eureka. Almost Pirate was here. Noma, Knoll Girl, Bags, Mushroom was here. Anomalisa died on the Oregon Trail. We wasted nothing. Everything went towards our journey. I hope I will see you next time. I hope that we've made a positive memory here this evening. Remember that everything we do, every interaction we have is always a part of the other person's life. For good or for ill, try to make them good ones. So get some good rest after we're done here. Wake up in the morning, take a few deep breaths and relax. Take some time to touch grass. I hope I'll see you again next time. Next time we will probably be playing on Tuesday. Tuesday or Wednesday, I will update you all on the Twitch schedule and on the Discord and on Twitter and on Blue Sky and everywhere else that I am that you can find me. Follow me at the links in the About section. They're all there for you. Join the Discord, follow the Twitter. Add the schedule to your schedule. I am going to send us on a raid to someone I have never seen before, just sort of randomly. So be good on this little field trip. It is X7DYNIMEUS. Be good to each other and to yourself. Class dismissed.
Summoning Circle, Voodoo Doll, and Ouija Board. I'm about this game. Alright, which area should I do next?